Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So I want to resume a series that I started some time back, but I've missed the last couple of months on. It's going to be my monthly dividend updates for total dividends, not just for QYLD, because I tend to talk about QYLD a lot because it's really one of my favorite ones because of what it pays. But just figured I'd go over real quick. For the month of August, my total dividends were $1,313.90, and those came from AT&T. And what I did, rather than showing my actual account, because these are actually held in different accounts, so I went ahead and just added them all together because I hold the stock in two different accounts in some cases. So, like for AT&T, you can see I collected dividends twice because I have it in two different accounts. For JP Morgan, that's my biggest dividend payment for the month, and this one, just like AT&T, these are paid quarterly, so these just happened to happen in the month of August, making this one of my best dividend payout months. So these won't occur every 12 months. So this annualized total here could be a bit misleading. But if I did maintain this on an annualized basis, this would be a 10% dividend yield. So JP Morgan paid $420, 420, wow. Verizon paid 180.63, Blackstone 167.01, Apple paid a whopping $3.45. Hanger Factory Outlets, known as SKT, and even $40. Um, Jeffries Financial Group, $30. Citigroup, 13.89, and then QYLD, which I hold in two different accounts, $50.76 total. The Clearbridge Opportunity Fund, which is a fund I've held for a while, that's kind of not doing that well, pays a $10 dividend, $10.71, and then Sirius XM Holdings, a whopping $1.01. So with all of that, that's a pretty solid monthly dividend yield, um, almost $1,500 for 1 month. Pretty good overall. And what I want to go over also in this video, I want to just discuss the basic formula for what you would need if you plan to retire off dividends, or if you want to live off dividends one day. I just took JP Morgan stock, for example. So it pays a 3.52% dividend yield. And if you needed $50,000 a year to live on, you would basically take the 50,000 and divide it by 3.52%, which I did here. And that would mean that you would need 1.4 million and change. You would need that much money invested in the dividend stock or fund in order to retire and generate that kind of money. Now remember, those funds only come quarterly. So whereas this may be a monthly income of like $6,000 in the next example, at least, or 4,167 here, remember these are going to come quarterly. So you're going to have to wait. You're not going to get paid out every month. So you're going to have to wait every 3 months, basically. And then if you needed 60,000, same formula, you would need 1.7 million. And if you wanted 75,000, you would need 2.13 million. Let's just go up to 100,000 just to see for fun here. So if you wanted to retire and generate a annual income of 100,000 in this stock, that's obviously wrong. You would need 2.8 million, 2.84 million to be exact. But the good news, the higher you can get your dividend yield, the quicker and the less money you're going to be able to need to do this. So say you find an 8% dividend yield. Now look at that. Your horizon dropped almost in half. Only 625 to retire on 50,000 and 1.25 million to retire on 100,000. Now, in a very hypothetical example of JEPQ with this 15.75% dividend yield, you would only need, in this case, because it's at 15.89% as of last month. Watch what this does. Look at that. You would need way less money to retire in these examples here. So look at that. I mean, that like cut it like less than in half. I mean, that cut it. It's like a quarter of what you would need in the original example, or a third. So that's really phenomenal. If you can, again, if you can get your dividend yield higher, then in this example, providing that the dividend yield stays constant, which we know is always a risky proposition and it may not, but providing that it stays constant, that's how much money you would need invested. It's a pretty basic formula, so remember that. put that to future use. And that's really all I had today. If you enjoyed that, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and keep an eye out for hopefully what will be my next daily video. Take care.